Oh, hello everyone. Today we are doing, we call that an Iraqi dish, but in the Middle East they do it. Turkey, Greece, they do the same thing, and it's called dolma, which is basically stuffed vegetables, and the most important one is vine leaves. But excuse me, I'm going to have to speak in two languages today, in Arabic as well. مرحبا. اليوم راح نسوي دولمة عراقية، برق العنب ومحشي باذنجان وشجر وبصل ويا ضلوع غنم. طبعا كل واحد يسوي دولمة مالته بطريقة شكل وبطريقة معينة، فأنا راح أراويكم الطريقة اللي احنا نسويها بيها. We'll go through the contents. So first of all, when you do dolma, it's important that you get as much as possible of greenery. So I've got mint, parsley, spring onions, and then this is a stuffing from the aubergine and the courgette. Don't throw it away, just chop it all. That's all going to go in a mix. We got 2 cups of rice, and I'm using really one of the best sort of basmati rice. It's called Tilda rice. I've got here lamb shoulder, chopped finely, and it's got high content of fat in it. Onions, tomatoes, your lamb chops as well, very important. It has to be a little bit oily, that's the nicest way to have dolma. And obviously you've got your vine leaf. I've also got here pomegranate syrup, and that makes it really acidic. And that's the most important thing about dolma, is it's got to be a bit fatty, unfortunately, and it's got to be really acidic. كرفس ونعناع وبصل أخضر، هذا شتف لحم، غنم، هاي الحشوة مال الباذنجان والشجر والبصل. البهارات هسه اجيلها بعد شوية. هاي قلاصين تمن حطيت، ودبس الرمان عندي، وورق عنب زين، وهذا نوع التمن دا استخدمه، تلدا بسمتي درجة أولى يعني فاخر. Okay, really, so just to go through the spices, got turmeric, got ginger, I got dry peppermint, I got samag, I got red pepper over here, 7 spices, garlic, and lemon powder, and salt. It depends on how much you want it. I like it personally. A bit salty, a bit oily, a bit acidic. It's one of those dishes that you don't eat every day. So it's okay to splash out, gain some calories, put on some weight. I'm sure you'll lose it. Don't panic. Okay. فعشان عندي هنا البهارات، كركم وزنجبيل ونعناع يابس، وعندي سماق، عندي فلفل أحمر مطحون، 7 بهارات، ثوم، شو اسمه، ليمن شو اسمه نومي بصرة العفو، وملح. ومثل ما قلت يعني الأكلة دسمة ودهينة، وراح تحطون وزن، بس بالعافية عليكم يعني. هذا كله راح يحترق يعني، ما راح يبقى شيء. Okay, now the start of the show is this really simple machine. So this is available, you can buy it online, really simple tool. What you got is, you got a bit of a cavity here, and that's where you're going to put your vine leaf over here, put your stuffing on, and you're just going to pull it down. And when you pull it down, it rolls it all for you, and then you get your dolma sitting right here at the bottom. Okay, it's available, it's very cheap, really, about 10-15 quid. Very simple process, nothing really too complicated, but it just helps you to do the vine leaves. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start mixing things and put them all together, and see how things go. Okay, so first of all, this is all washed rice, 2 cups of washed rice, basmati rice, that goes in first. Second thing we're adding is the stuffing from the aubergine and the courgette. I'm now adding all the greenery. The good thing about all this greenery really is that it's going to make everything really moist, and the juices of it is the most important part, I think. So that all goes in, and then I'm going to add my meat. There you go. It's about 1 kilogram I've used over here of freshly chopped meat. I'm going to put my spices all together. There we go. Don't worry, it's not a lot of spices, it's all nice. And that's really what makes your dolma the best dolma possible. And finally, I'm going to put the onions, chopped onions and tomatoes. I'm going to squirt some tomato puree to it. It's important that you be generous with your tomato puree. It really makes it acidic, and that's what we said earlier. We want it acidic, we want it to taste really nice. So you can see there's quite a lot of stuffing over here. I'm personally doing 2 pots of dolma. One is for today and one is for later in the week. Okay. Okay, so now I've just squeezed the lemon on, and I've added a bit of pomegranate syrup to it. That will make it a little bit acidic as well. Okay, I'm just going to mix it now before we start stuffing the vegetables. Okay, so now after mixing everything, we're going to start stuffing our food. So get a nice spoon. First is first, so I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to the pan before I put my the ribs on. So just a little bit of olive oil, don't need too much of it really. That's about 2 tablespoons, a dash of it. And then that's it, all around. And then start placing your lamb chops in a nice way, like a star if you like, if you're feeling a bit artistic. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. There we go. The whole idea of putting your lamb chops on in the bottom of your pan is to make sure that your dolma does not burn. Okay, that's an excellent tip. So now that I've got the lamb chops at the bottom of the pan, it's really important just to make sure a little bit of extra salt. There you go, nothing too much. Okay, so I'm going to start stuffing my vegetables. Always start with big stuff. So I'm going with the aubergine. The reason being is that it's not as delicate as your vine leaves. When you stuff it, just make sure that you leave a little bit of space for the rice to expand. And then once you've done all that, just cover it with a little bit of aubergine on it. You also need your knife. You need to poke a few holes in it to ensure that it will cook evenly and nicely. Okay, you're just going to